What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shiva, VB Promos to Tell Like It Is. Welcome back to another episode of Trade With Me. Today, we're going over how to use a Smith machine properly. You request it and you get it. Everybody, this video, thank Louisiana Beast for literally consistently reminding me to do a video on Smith machine. So when this comes out, by the time it comes out, you're probably gonna be like, where's it at, Johnny? Probably haven't subscribed right now, but as soon as it comes out, you're gonna be like, damn it. So haha, chick's on you. Anyway guys, so we're gonna touch on this because there's a lot of different machines out there, especially Smith machines. There's ones like this, hoist, some that are on little slight angles. This one is slightly on an angle as well too. And just people just not really understanding how to actually use this machine in terms of like squats or pressing. So we're gonna go over squats right away because that's one thing I find that we need to really go over when doing this. Because everybody seems to like lose their minds when they have the Smith machine that has a little bit of an angle and they're like, how do I do this? Oh. Number one, first things first, think about it. When we're squatting, nothing changes in your form. We just want to make sure that the load stays over your center of mass. So when we're squatting, we know that hip and knee flexion, shoulder width apart, feet shoulder width apart, or whatever, however you're comfortable. Externally rotating the hips, and we're gonna squat and sit down, right? So when we're squatting from here, our center of mass is gonna be like right here. So we want the weight to be on our backs that way to continue that way, right? So when we're squatting, nothing's gonna change no matter what machine you decide to go into. So how do we set this thing up and how do we know we're doing it? It's gonna take some messing around with. It's gonna take a little bit of feet placement to feel it a little bit more. So when I'm doing this, and a couple things. Sometimes your gyms are going the wrong way. Sometimes they set up the wrong way. When you're doing Smith machine, I find this very important because somebody actually died doing it. When we're doing Smith machine, you want to unrack it to be able to do this and this. It's very natural for your body to just do this and this. So if I'm gonna be underneath this and I come under here, it's easy for it just to roll. It sits down and rolls, and then I'm done, I can just do this, right? Now, I'm already having a little bit of issues already with this because again, not every machine is built for your physique. At a place where I wanna squat, this thing is way too low. And when I wanna put it back, it's way too high. So sometimes you're stuck with the machine you have in your gym, so you have to work around it. So a couple things you can do, suck it up. You have to squat a little lower to unrack the weight. Again, you're not trying to use this to put a bunch of PRs on. We're trying to use this to give ourselves the ability to load the muscle up without worrying about the extra bit of safety you need to have when you're doing free weights. So when we're doing this, for myself, I am 5 foot, almost 5'8", that's right, and I'm using a hoist Smith machine. It's lower than it needs to be. I'm going to have to come underneath this thing here, under it, right? And then stand up, and it's already unwrapped. Now, yo guys, what's up? A lot of you guys are watching the videos but not subscribed, so do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll hit the post notification button too, so next time I put a video, you'll be the first ones to get it. And hopefully by now you guys like the videos, or like all my videos. Whatever, hit the like button for me. Anyway, back to the show. So when we're doing this, you can be in front and, you know, squatting like this and leaning on it, but then if you're not purposely doing that, you're doing it wrong. But there's actually a way you can do that because that's actually like a hack squat. But we want to keep the center of mass where it needs to be. Okay, so we're walking into this. Again, we want to make sure when we're coming into this, since it's a little higher than it needs to be, I'm gonna have to lower it, I'm gonna have to pick it up from down here because I don't want to be in my tippy toes to pick this thing up. So I'm gonna have to suck it up a bit, get underneath, and then when I'm there, I'm gonna stand right up. I know now that my center of mass, this needs to be over my center of mass when I squat. So I'll squat once, and I feel like a little pressure on my lower back. Plus this thing's on a slight angle, so I'm gonna need to kind of get my butt underneath it a little bit more. So when I squat from here, now I feel a bit better. Now a little bit more, and I find myself from here, now I'm under the weight. Now I feel comfortable here and up. Controlling it down and up. Controlling it down. And you can see while I'm here, you should be able to sit in this position here the entire time. So my idea would be to get into a squat rack without any weight on it, find your positioning first, play with it a little bit, and then when you're done and you feel yourself comfortable here, then start to load your actual weight. So I'm here and standing up. Then when you're done, we just press forward, squat a bit, and walk ourselves back out. Just kind of seeing that right away. Every machine is going to be different. Every squat machine, every leg press machine, every Smith machine, gonna be different, so you have to play with it a bit. You're not gonna get the same feel you're gonna get when you have free weights. That's the whole point of having this, is to take away some of the difficulty of stabilization. So you have to play around with it a little bit to figure yourself out. Again, making sure that the same thing stays consistent when you're actually using a machine. Just because I'm in the Smith machine doesn't mean that my center mass changes. It's gonna be consistent in everything we do. We just have to maneuver solve in certain machines to make it that much more optimal. If we're doing pressing, super simple. So a couple things you need to look for with this for sure when it comes to using a bench. I go through a couple steps every single time I use this Smith machine. First of all, number one, I want to get it aligned properly. Before I even sit down in the bench, what I'm going to do is I can basically lower this all the way. Doesn't really matter, but keep it from here. I'm going to push it a little bit underneath, and I'm going to actually take this off and put it all the way down. Now what I want to do is I want to look over top and see if this is aligned. Now right here, it's obviously not aligned. So I'm going to keep this up a little bit here. Then I'm going to adjust my bench so that it's not a little bit over. I can do this and the best I can that it's aligned. Now I know that it's in a good place here. Pull my bench, put my bar back up where it belongs, and then I start adjusting myself. So right now, I'm gonna do 50-degree chest press. So getting inside, sitting back. I got enough room in my head here, perfect. Now, where is this targeting? Where's my chest? Well, lift your hands straight up, right? Straight up in the air, like if I was gonna hold like a plate. Press in the air, well, guess what? The bar is too far in front of me. So what do I wanna do? I wanna stack the joints. So I'm gonna take this and move it in a slight bit. And do it again. Look at that, right underneath. Now again from here, you wanna make sure you're sitting in your Smith machine where you could unrack it like this. Unrack and then rack, right? We wanna be able to see where we're going, not trying to miss it at the end. So from here, I've unracked and getting myself placed where it should be, my hands, and then lowering the weight. Now, I feel like it's a little too far up, so I can just adjust a little bit, right? So I'm gonna move it back a slight bit. Then when I press, there you go. Now I'm underneath where I should be, and I can press the weight up, stacking the joints, and press it. Again, it's gonna take you some time to kind of just find out where you should be when you're using a machine. When you're using free weights, you can just kind of adjust yourself. When you're in a machine, you're stuck into the confines of the machine, so you have to do some maneuvering. So don't just think you just jump in a machine and start working. Especially if it's the first time you're using this machine or any machine, you have to do some experiment work for a minute and then get into your position when you're comfortable, when you know that you've stacked the joints and that load is going to where it needs to be in terms of what muscle group you're using. At this point, chest. Now, same thing, really up there, just give yourself some room.
Going back to Cali, Los Angeles for my first 2-day live training camp, the Coaching Up Training Camp held at Flex Gym, Woodlawn Plaza, April 23rd and 24th. Guess what, guys? It's only open to 25 participants because I want to keep this thing very intimate. We're going over 2 days worth of training fundamentals, technique, mobility, and also cover nutrition for proper energy balance to help you gain muscle, lose fat, and just be an overall optimal functional training athlete.
Now I want to do a little higher incline. That's definitely going to change the orientation of this again. So I can't just sit back here and then start inclining because guess what? Now it's a guillotine, right? So I want to make sure that again, I got to just adjust it. So I know that this is way too far. So I need to move this bench this way. So from there, I'm just going to move it back a slight bit. Open it up and look at that. It's where it needs to be in terms of my chest, right? Can I move it down a little bit more? Probably. Let's try it. Did. Hey, it feels better. And naturally where it needs to be, where I can just stack the joints and press. Right? When we're using machines, nothing changes in terms of your actual form. It's just the machine is in a fixed position where you have to make sure that your form stays consistent by maneuvering yourself in the machine, not the other way around. So how about back? One of the fun ones I like to do when I'm doing back is when you use the Smith machine is actually doing rows, right? Barbell rows. Again, when I'm setting this up, same thing I would if I was doing a deadlift. I'm gonna walk up to the bar, get it close to my body, right? I'm gonna unrack. Now I wanna stand up, just like I would approaching this if I was using a barbell. And then I'm gonna hinge my butt back to a place here, and I feel comfortable. And now I can pull. Now I might have to adjust myself a bit in standing inside because this is a little bit of an angle. And from here, I'm squeezing up. Again, because it's in the machine, I'm gonna have to maneuver my body a slight bit, but the same fundamentals are gonna be consistent when I'm using this machine as well too, as if I was using a free weight. And up, rack the weight, and done. And there you guys have it. A quick little video, reinforce some good habits in doing any kind of Smith machine movement. Again, any machine, whether it be a Smith machine or any machine out on the floor, you're going to have to maneuver yourself in a way to make the movement make sense. For the most part, the machines are made pretty easy for you just to sit in there and actually continue your good form. But again, sometimes you might have shorter limbs, longer limbs, for especially people who are extremely tall or short. It's gonna be harder for you guys to really kind of adjust yourself in the machine. So just take that into account. Not every machine is made for everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Remember, come with the tell like it is, transparent, the vulnerable truth. Coaching, johnchief.com. For know about coaching, 15 to 30 minutes. And in the consult, I deduct the consult off any package that you pick. And guys, hit the description below for any discount codes, promo codes to help change your life and save your life for the better. And also, guys, add me on Instagram and TikTok. Some of your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips. And I'll repost it for you, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.